Alpha Proto, I'm Alpha Proto, and today I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to be working on the Neko Majin Z sprites. I've already got them laid out. I'm going to have to make some adjustments because these were probably the second or third sprites I made for this character. And for that, I had traced over the sprites from Super Sonic Warriors 2, where Neko Majin Z was an exclusive in Japan. And those sprites had different proportions than what I was working on at the time, which I changed back to those. But it's still different. So just gonna have to do some adjusting and finagling to make it fit and work with what I have already. So let's go to the main stage. Alright, so hey, it's Nicotine Fist 18. How you doing? I got this here. I've got all these frames here. And what I'm going to do is I've already color separated these. I'm going to copy and paste these. I'm not trying to be neat about it, I'm just trying to keep them down. Frames. How have you been, Nicotine Fist? No, I didn't stream last week. I was going to, but I kept moving the day. Just kept moving. Not sure when I color separated this stuff. But I didn't do a very good job. Even though I didn't stream last week, I did pretty good as far as like subscribers. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't stream. I didn't stream last week because I had to record lines for Vegito. And it was kind of last minute. I recorded a lot of them. And it tired out my voice. They didn't even use them all, so it's kind of like... But it would be weird if Rice Pirate saw the character and he's like, hey, I didn't record that. So I kind of understand as far as like advertising. It's Rice Pirate and Alpha Proto voiced Vegito. For the most part, yeah. The attack sounds, most of the, like 90% of all the lines are a mix. And there's like that little 10%. Plus, I don't know, maybe my impersonation isn't as good as I thought it was. these sprites. 60. Change this to 6. See, he's kind of floating around. Going to have to anchor his weight to his feet, at least one of the feet. I'm going to select all frames, transparency. Hey, Mr. Trap. Good to have you here. How has your day been? I think you streamed earlier. That's happening. Oh, same color chosen both, right? Sometimes I get this magenta color mixed up with another off magenta color. So I have to check these numbers down here, make sure everything's the same. Press the X. It's the same. Okay, let's anchor the weight on the front foot. So I'm gonna go back. Make sure that all the weights front foot. So all the frames are going to be set on this foot in the front. I have to adjust that foot. I may have to resprite most of this actually. I thought this would be easier because I got most of it done, but it's not going to be easy. Alright, Test Monkey 13 says sup, and I said sup. Just working on some sprites for character, M.U.G.E.N. I don't need these. I think I need them. Hope I don't need them. Now I have to take all these inconsistencies and make them consistent as possible. Doing good. Time to speak. Oh, it's good, Mr. Trap. Did that work? I'm doing pretty good. Finished some art today. Wait, no, that was the other day. Made a t-shirt. Let's decide to make more t-shirts. My Zazzle account won't go away. Got like $10, $8 worth of profits there. But I haven't pulled it because I didn't have to fill out tax forms and all that stuff. And what else? I don't know. Taxes. What is that? I thought I saw some artifact. It's not. There's no fingers. Maybe I should just these lines. Looking at the weather sheet. Ooh, taxes. Yeah. Some people would say taxation is theft. I'm not doing much talking, honestly. Focusing on the work. Taxis, boo them. Boo this man. Boo! It's a trap. Incur. Taxes being booed. Yeah. Man, that's a big wristband. That's this, yeah, I got dinner here. This is interesting. But yeah, voicing Vegito was really interesting. So I recorded the lines. I got all the lines from the team, like Team Z2 gave them to me. All the Vegeta lines are like, okay, whatever you can use that you think would work for Vegito, just record against it and mix it. And I was like, okay. Then I made up stuff. No, wait. I recorded all the lines. I recorded my version with Goku against all the Vegeta lines that were like attacks first, and then I recorded my version of sounds for Goku against all the hurt sounds. Then I picked one KO sound and I recorded against that. And then there were some special attacks that I recorded. Or quotes from the characters from Vegeta's incarnations, like Majin Vegeta and regular Vegeta. Oh, this? Wait, you mean how much time did I have to record? Hey, it's Alacron again. Hey, nice having you, Alacron. Test Monkey 13A says it's looking good. How much time you have in it? If you're referring to how long I had to record for Vegito, I think I had a week, but I kind of condensed it to like, I did a little bit at a time, and then like on Friday I recorded. No, wait, I think it was Friday. Or was it Sunday? I don't know. I think Friday I recorded the last big set of stuff for that. Oh yeah. Oh, this is a Neko Hameha. Alakron. Neko Hameha. Neko Hameha. Neko Hameha. Neko Hameha. This is one of the only moves he has in Supersonic Wars. Because he's an assist character. Yeah, let me redo this wrist thing. It's too big. Sharp Production says, Mr. Proto, do you think you'll be able to make it to my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles watch party tomorrow? Maybe. I'm pretty tired right now. I was thinking about not streaming because I woke up like at noon, and I was like, man, I really want to try coffee, like making my own frappuccino. So I was like, okay, how do you make a frappuccino? So I looked it up on Google, and I was like, no, on YouTube, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a frappuccino. It's like you make coffee and then you put ice in it, and then you blend it up, and then you put milk in it, and sugar, and you blend that up, and you get 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, and you blend that up. So I did all that stuff, and I didn't put the whipped cream or anything on it. I did put chocolate syrup in it. That was weird. It all sunk to the bottom anyway. I normally don't drink coffee, but it was alright. It just tasted like really milky coffee. It didn't taste like stuff at the store. Okay, but yeah, Ninja Turtles, the first movie, that's my first movie, that's my favorite movie of all time. Like, it has everything I like in the movies in it. Costumes, martial arts, special effects. Look, it's not really any special effects, it's all practical. There's no lightning or CG or composites or anything. Anyway, Alakron says, I will ask you, exchange programs to make sprites like Photoshop? Exchange programs. I have a lot of programs. I have a whole lot of programs. I have Flash MX. I'm working on graphic scale right now. I have Toon Boom Studio 8.1. I have Toon Boom Studio Harmony 14 Essentials. I have CeeLo 2. I have Poser 11. I have ZBrush Core. Photoshop I have is Photoshop C2. I think that's it. Clip Studio Paint. I have a music program called M.U.G.E.N. Music Maker 2013. What else? What else do I make stuff with? Yeah, that Face Rig Studio. I hardly use that. I got the professional version because I thought I was going to be making a game with someone. So I like sunk like $200 and some into it. Might have been 400. I don't know. I never ended up making a game and make 3D models. Vegas Movie Studio HD Premium 11. That's what I use to edit my videos. Because I don't like using Final Cut. I don't like editing on an Apple computer at all. My brother went to school for film and he had to get an Apple computer and he had to edit on it. An Apple computer, the mouse only has one button. There's no right click. It's really weird. It's so frustrating trying to edit when you only have one button to click with. I guess that's where shortcut keys come in handy, but that was annoying. I tried to edit my my 5-minute narrative story for to complete my intro to film course. And it was I was jumping between Apple and my laptop, and in the end I ended up using more Windows Movie Maker than anything. It was a pain. This trap says, sounds delightful. Well, the stream will start at 9 AM my time. Like the puppetry and Splinter counts as special effect. Well, I don't know. Isn't special effects like optical stuff? Back then it would be optical effects where they just drew on the film like laser beams, compositing, you know, stuff like that. Because the turtles are puppets too, technically. Jim Henson. So many good memories. Oh, I did release my, like a few, I think it was years ago that I released my first or second influence video, and it was based on Ninja Turtles. I think it was the second one. And it I talked about, I'm gonna call myself a kid. I talked about how Ninja Turtles inspired me and kept me drawing as a kid, because they're so easy to draw. So easy to draw that I didn't give up on drawing. Thus, it is easy to give up on drawing. Nothing looks the way you want, just give up. But that didn't happen with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Trap says, I'd say the puppetry with Splinter counts as a special effect. Oh, I already read that. Test Monkey 13A says, I'm not very good at tech. I don't even know where I'm at this time. Well, if you want a sprite, graphics scale, that's the program to go with, I think, just to make things easier. Because it's free. It wasn't free when I got it. I think I paid $4 for it. I'm used to not paying for stuff, so yeah. What they do is like, you go to the site and you pay for it, and then they email you you give them your email and they email you a license, and you put the register, you type in your name and email in the register key, so only you can use the program. And it was it was late last year, probably November or October. After years of like copying this program in the register key and moving it computer to laptop, laptop, after a laptop, because I break a lot of laptops. I was going to download it and put it on this new computer that I'm working on right now. And turns out the program I was using that I paid for was so old and outdated, and it didn't have a lot of features. Plus, the new one was free, so it was almost like I was using the other one. Well, if I would have kept using it, it would have just been because I paid money for it, and I was doing it out of spite, but I would have just been hurting myself. But yeah, this works a lot better. Has a lot of options that I didn't have before. Also, I have Photoshop. I can't show that. Photoshop CS2? Yeah, Photoshop CS2, and it has animation options too, and so does Clip Studio Paint. It just got modded to have animation features like last year, I think. But they're mostly for like, okay, the Clip Studio, I think it limits your animation to 12 to 24 frames. And if you're animating at 24 frames per second, that's about 1 second of animation. And Photoshop CS2, I know they have better Photoshop programs, especially since Adobe bought Flash, and they changed the name of the program. I've been calling it Flash for almost 20 years now. It's not even Flash anymore. Flash 100-yard dash. What did I do? What is this? Space. Okay, I'm going to have to keep this head size consistent, so I'm going to take the sprite's head width, copy it, and I'm going to use it to measure these sprites. That's alright. Just 1 or 2 pixels off is no big deal. No one will notice. What was I about to say? I was talking about programs. And Test Monkey 13A says, I got Ukrainians always wanting to give me software. Getting free stuff isn't bad. Oh, I was talking about Photoshop and animation programs. I tried animating in Photoshop. Is very similar to how you would like animate in real life because of the layer system. You would use the layers like you would use transparent animation cells, but you have to lay. It's really interesting to have a timeline like this one. You would have to set up all the layers that you want, and then this is really weird. I don't care for it. So weird. You have to adjust the timing and all that stuff. No. It's just really time consuming. And the pixel art, it doesn't stay pixel art. When, like, I could go like this. There might be an option to change it, but I just don't know how. I could go like this and select this, and I could rotate this, and even though it is breaking up, it's still just pixels when I unclick it. Now, if I adjusted something in Photoshop, like even the size, did that, it would blur. It would automatically rasterize after I'm done using it. I don't like rasterize. Like, I have dreadlocks and I don't like rasterize files. Why is it deleting white? Okay, save. PNG. Oh, I don't want to save as PNG. Whatevs. This tail is, I think it's too thick. Should be like that. But we're just working on consistency now. The belt, I think it's the right size. Let's concentrate on this belt. This belt's supposed to be 3 pixels wide, and the middle pixel would be the line, the crease in the belt. That's a little wider than 3 pixels right here. Let's fix that. It's good. Yeah. Now the belt's cutting through the thigh. The thigh shrunk. Let's not worry about this shrinking thigh right here. Let's worry about the belt. Just concentrate on the belt. And I like the line tool. Line tool is a lifesaver. I should raise the belt. Yeah, it dropped really low on this frame. Alright, let's do that, man. Let's go on. Shrink it a little bit. Okay, now I've got to fill in all this white area that popped up. That was fast. This stream's a little different. I'm doing a multi-stream. I usually do multi-streams. I stream on YouTube, Twitch, and those are usually the only streams I stream on because that's the only one I get notifications for, and I really don't even hardly get notifications for it. I have to actually look at my notifications and press the button to actually see if I got them. As a matter of fact, I'll go through notifications right now. Because my sub count went up. I guess it was from the Vegito voice acting. Someone saw my name there. That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's go through my new subscribers. From my last stream 2 weeks ago, my last subscriber was Cool Anime Hustler. So happy to have him. Man, I'm leaning over really heavy in this chair, aren't I? I'm hunched over. Anyway. And Dayanara Torres from 10 days ago subscribed. Thank you, Dayanara. Dayanara Torres. Thanks, Torres. I'll call you Torres. 7 days ago, Michael the Husky subscribed. Unless that's Michelle. I'm really bad at reading that name. Sorry. But thank you for subscribing. 5 days ago, Goten Higgins subscribed. Thanks, Goten. Appreciate it. 4 days ago, Martin Salinas subscribed. Thank you, Martin, for subscribing. I hope I don't disappoint you with content. And 3 days ago, the artist Meh subscribed. So thank you, the artist Meh, for subscribing to me. Hope my streams and content aren't meh. Not that there's anything wrong with meh, since you're meh. But meh. Let's concentrate on this belt. Raise the roof. So I got to hear my voice over in the I don't know if anyone subscribed to me on Twitter. I have 204 followers, so probably not. So I have more subscribers here than I have followers on Twitter. But big badonkadonk. I found a video from Hex Pro that features my voice as Goku Black and Super Saiyan Goku. Now let's just watch that. This is the first footage I've actually heard my voice come out of these characters. Like, I know there was an update to Super Saiyan Goku and they had it for download on the Discord. Said the voice wasn't implemented, but X Pro got it to work. So I'm going to stop this music here. Well, pause that. And we can watch this video with my voice as Goku Black and as, let me move this. My voice is Goku Black and my voice is Super Saiyan. Oh, come on. I don't want to see that. That's behind the scenes stuff. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Here we go. And this is Hex Pro. Oh, Test Monkey sub. He subbed? I don't see you on here. It didn't notify me. Oh, hello, Goku K. Test Monkey 13 says, how long ago did I sub? Trying to figure out how I found you. I don't know. I do a lot of stuff. I voice act in video games. I voice act in independent video games. I make sprites. I make costumes. What else do I do? I haven't been making costumes because I don't have the money to make costumes. Making costumes is really expensive. Why isn't this video working? Right, let me move my Wi-Fi signal thingamabob. If I refresh it, will it? Okay. Hey, that was cool. Okay, let's do this again. Press play.
Come get some. Round one.
My voice cut off right now. I don't know if it's the fire or if it's just something how they were implementing it.
Eat me! Come get some.
It's pretty cool. Pretty dope. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Also, there's a huge delay between when I post stuff and when it appears on your screen. Like, huge. Yeah. It's a buffer, I guess. Either that or we're just really far away. I think it's a buffer. Yeah, I'm using Wi-Fi. It's a pretty good Wi-Fi. It's like 5G. I think it's 5G. But yeah, I better get out of here. But yeah, I made this costume. I wish you could see this art that I made too. But yeah, I did some really cool costume stuff. It's like 6 months of costume. Anyway, people are here for the sprites. Show them sprites. Back to action. Oh, the belt. Working on the belt. See, it dipped. See that? Belt dipped. Don't want it to dip. Weird. I don't know, in motion it looks pretty good, but yeah, his size is all over the place. His foot stays relatively in the same spot. Wow, it's gonna take a lot to salvage this. Stop doing it. Okay. Name it Neko Majin. Yeah. There. No one won't ask me what I want to name it. Save it. It's just good to save your stuff all the time. Goku voice sounds a lot like Gohan. Eh. You mean the Gohan in the game or the Gohan on the show? Because there's a lot of Gohans. There's the Brat Swell Gohan, which is my favorite Gohan. I met Cali Bear. He's a nice guy. I had a friend who worked with him when he worked at Radio Disney. He was like the engineer intern. Nice guy. I've met him. He announced me on stage when I walked out in costume as Lizard Man at A-Kon a few years ago. But, his voice is deeper than Goku's. Sean Schimmel's Goku. But, my Goku, just like two influences. Three. There's Ian Corlett, I think his name was. Masako. I tried to drop most of that Masako. There's a little bit there. And what's the other dude? Talks about head boys. Well, better not spend my time thinking. What was his name? But yeah, the dude who did the voiceover for World's Strongest. He was like channeling Masako. So I really like that. Sometimes Sean Schimmel has some weird squeaky hits and stuff. I really enjoy that. That reminds me of Masako. Knows that one too. But yeah, Gohan and Goku are supposed to sound really similar anyway. They're voiced by the same person in Japan, so technically I'm staying closer to the source material than Funimation, dude. You know, just saying. Not Hyper Dragon Ball Z Gohan in general, yeah. I don't know, he had a more gruffer voice, Calais Bear. That's why I prefer Brat Swell over him. Then, I just really like Ocean Fruit. It's Monkey 13. Yuan Chan's? Oh, Chan's? What's Chan's? Goku K. Also, there's a huge delay between when I... Oh, golly, I'm reading stuff out of order. The SSJ Goku voice giving me chills. Like, whoa. It's good. Really? How are you hearing it? I just had one clip. Where you get the file? Can you show me where you got the file to play SSJ Goku? Because I've downloaded it before and it didn't work. That was the main reason I wanted to download it from there. I was like, oh, updates. I was like, there's no sounds. Effects people. What kind of effects people? In general, I don't think I know any effects people. I'm technically the only effects person I know. But it's not really effects, it's more like, I try to make movie suits. Like, I've watched, like, Stan Winston School of Creature Character Arts, Creature whatever. I downloaded a bunch of those videos and I bought a lot of them when they have sales, of course. That's those $60 for DVD. Golly. But it's like 3-hour DVD. When they started breaking up all the courses into like multiple DVDs, I was like, dang. And then they start making their videos, basically recordings of their webinar, which is a live stream where people can, interact and buy supplies and chat with them while they're doing the seminar. If they can't make it there, California. I'm supposed to be surprised. But yeah, I looked up a bunch of. I told myself, okay, I want to do cosplay. You know, there's a lot of girls who do cosplay. Maybe I can make some friends who do cosplay. Hang out with girls dressed in really nice costumes. So I said, okay, I'm not very pretty. I'm not ripped. I don't have muscles. I gotta cover up. So Plus, I'm one to try to represent the character as accurately as possible. And there's no characters built like me that I like, really. So I made Lizard Man. And that was kind of a test to see if I could actually make a latex costume in the garage, you know? Possibly a Ninja Turtle in the future. Oh yeah! My voice in that Goku Black video, that was actually really good. But that was after, like, Team Z2 said, nope, do it again. I think that was like the third time I did those voices. Then I ended up doing the pain sounds again. Because they were just a little too intense sometimes. So there's all these sound packs that I've been sending to them. Because sometimes you don't hear it yourself, like, even though you're the person who recorded the files, you're kind of still personally invested in it because, you know, you spent your time working on them, so it's kind of like, it can be hard to disconnect yourself from what you recorded until some time's passed by. Same thing with anything, any piece of art, you spend hours on it, you put it into the hands of someone else, and then, like, you're like, nah, you adjust this, and it's kind of like, oh. But when you hear it in action, you're like, yeah, maybe I do need to redo that. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just go. Oh, I think that it's someone in that area that sent me a link to your channel. Oh, cool. So was it for my costumes, or was it someone who went to school with me in Arlington or something? It was like, hey, this guy knows how to make, like, costumes, monster stuff. Because I did like making those videos, it's just that it's hours worth of material, like, times 32 speed. That's why I haven't posted a new one in such a long time. I don't know if I can. I have a lot of footage. I made a Saiyan armor video, like a foam one, back before everyone knew how to do it. Because I was making it for someone to give away, I mean to sell. I ended up giving it away because I don't know. I don't like putting people through stress. And if I miss a deadline or something, or get really close, I feel guilty, and I just give stuff away. Not a lot of price stuff. I'm really horrible at pricing things. Some people just want to charge you for the amount of the supplies, which is kind of bogus. It's very bogus. Because you're not just paying for the time put into it, you're paying for the amount of time that it took to learn the skills too, you know? Because if it was as easy as having the supplies for the time, you could do it yourself. are paying for the service. And I'm hungry. Sorry. Let's stop. I like 2 hot dogs. I want pizza. Yeah, costumes. Yeah, man, I love that Lizard Man costume. I left it in the garage and varmints got to it, and it was a health hazard, so I couldn't wear it again. But yeah, that Lizard Man costume, it was a health hazard in more ways than one. I wore it to the convention. Big story behind that costume. Okay, I made the costume by getting a wetsuit and some upholstery foam, and I carved out the upholstery foam into shapes. I glued it to the suit while it was stuffed. Okay, I stuffed the... I didn't have a mannequin at the time, so I just stuffed the suit up with, I don't know, paper and cardboard and stuff, just to have a form to work off of. Because I figured, you know, this is spandex, like, diving suit or whatever. So, it'll condense down. So, I glued the foam to it, into the shapes I wanted. I took a lot of pictures. I posted a whole lot of pictures. Let's cheer him up about talking about random stuff like last week, so I was the only one talking. I'm talking about costumes. I'm talking about my first costume. Well, I don't think it was my first. I bought a Deadpool suit. Now everybody has Deadpool suits. So. Man, this is a pretty white cat. Yeah, it was... Wearing that suit was like wearing... Have you ever wore, it was exactly like wearing a big glove, big rubber glove. Like the dishwashing gloves? If you have any of those? You know how you wear that glove, and even if you don't wash any dishes, after like about 5 minutes your hands are like wet from sweat? That's how my whole body was. And I got kind of scared because I wanted to walk on stage and I wanted to be eligible for an award. So I put on the costume, like when they were judging, and I got in line and I waited. I was there for about an hour. And they judged the suit and they were like, good, thanks. And you know, I had to take pictures with everybody who I walked by because I was in a costume. You know, it was a pretty cool costume. And then they said, okay, you're gonna have to show up tonight to go walk on stage with your costume. I was like, okay, no problem. But when you go to a costume contest, cosplay contest, and you're sitting in the audience for about 2 hours waiting, well, before you got into the like auditorium, all the cosplayers were like there like an hour or an hour and a half earlier than you were, just so they could get all the rules and get an order and everything. So I put on the costume, this big rubber costume that's insulated with foam, and I walked from my hotel across the street to the venue, and then I walked into the venue with it, and I thought that I only wore at the longest I thought I'd wear the suit for an hour. I ended up wearing that suit for 4 hours. I had cold chills. Like, I had bought a vest, an ice vest, and I put ice in it, and I kept it wet. And that kind of stopped me from overheating, I guess, but after a while I stopped sweating. I felt like I was in a big... I was cold, and I was kind of shaking, my muscles were shaking, and it was weird. It was really bad, but I really wanted to win. I got scared. I had my brother go get me some Gatorade to replenish my electrolytes. It was messed up. And I wish I could have performed and been a, you know, cosplaying and in character. But no, I'm like, I don't want to die, but I want to win. They said, wait, that was just weird. It was a really cool costume. Well, it was a really nice costume, but yeah. It had a tail, so I couldn't sit down. The biggest problem that I had with that suit, wearing it, like, everything looked great. I airbrushed it with acrylic paint, but I never airbrushed, like, the whole suit was basically a big latex, yeah, big latex suit. It had soaked into the foam, so it was about a centimeter, 2 centimeters, or a quarter inch thick, like rubber all over the suit. Yo, I'm Kuratizahato. Thought my internet was going. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still talking about cosplay. Still. Oh yeah, but yeah. After that incident of wrapping myself in a big rubber suit, I was like, oh yeah, man. It was like I took off the suit and it was like you could wring out like cups and cups of like sweat out of it. It was insane. But I love the attention, man. It was so cool. How's this belt looking? Yeah, the belt looks pretty good. Let's go to these legs. Should probably concentrate on something singular like his head. Okay, that's alright. That looks a little smaller. It's about 2 pixels smaller. Let's move this. Oh yeah, hope this works. But yeah, after that I downgraded the cosplay a bit. Actually I upgraded. I was like, I've got to make something bigger than before. So next thing I made was that Ganon with the stilts that I made out of buckets, which I started, I documented that and that's what my videos are over. I got to the part with the head shell, but I never got to the actual body part, so, where I actually built the body of the Ganon suit. I think I ran out of time. Every time I had a convention, the suit had to wrap up in the last 48 hours of just me not sleeping and just finishing it, you know? Kura. Sorry, it seems like every time you show up, I try to say your name, and you always tell me just to say Kura. I can't remember? That was a long time ago. Okay, the head shrunk again. Oh, it got big again. I like this one. I think that's the right size. It's a little too big. 2 pixels big. Okay, let's shrink it. Take this. And this. Move this down a little bit. Round it out more. So, but yeah, cosplaying is pretty cool, especially when you're wearing a mask, because no one knows who you are. All the embarrassment's gone. You're not gonna have your photo pop up on some strange site or something saying, "Hey, look at this weirdo. What are you wearing?" Okay, I like the way this head's looking, so I'm going to copy it. Wait, let me check one more time. Yep, perfectly sized. So I'm going to copy it. going to take this mount. There we go. Forward frame. Anyway, back to the chat. Sorry, I made a lot of costumes. The end. Let me go back and see what everyone's saying. Okay, I would like to do a cosplay someday too. Yeah, so getting them correct is possibly like, yeah, it's expensive. Mostly. I'd say a costume, a really good costume, takes about $300. But that's spread out. It's like you could buy like $50 worth of supplies, like floor mats and stuff, and then you buy some paint and glue and brushes, and then that could add up to $100. And then later on, you're like, oh, I'm running out of floor mat, I need more floor mat. But that's like after a month or two. And you just, like, my cosplays would be 6 months. It would take me 6 months. So it would take me about three months to design or think of what I was going to make and draw it out. And then the rest of it would be like sculpting what I needed, that needed to be sculpted and casted. And then the last thing I would do would be the foam work. And that would be the last week. And then the painting would be the last 2 days, or on the day. I actually painted my Ganondorf costume in the hotel. Like, I got it completely I got everything finished except the costume. I didn't have hair on the suit. Like, the Ganondorf mask, I didn't have hair on it. I had to punch the hair into the silicone face mask. I did that in the hotel. And what else did I do? I painted it. Yeah, I painted it with my brother. I had my brother help me in it. We painted it. And that was when we went to SGC. Yeah, the last one that was in the Dallas area. Before Rooster Teeth got it. Well, I'm not spriting anymore. Get back to spriting. What's wrong? But yeah, cosplay always comes down to the last second. Like, I don't even think I left the room. I got 3-day weekend tickets. Ended up leaving at like for the convention like at 7 p.m. Friday, so we wasted a whole day's worth of tickets right there, and then worked on the costume overnight in the hotel room. Finished it right. Okay, they didn't say anything about prejudging. We got there and I was like, okay, we finished. The cosplay costume contest thing is at this time. Let's get there. I get there. All the other years they didn't have prejudging, but this year they decided we're gonna have some hotty-toddy cosplayers who are professional cosplayers, and they're gonna judge the costumes before they go out there. That never happened before. But yeah, they're like, sorry, you don't qualify for being judged because you got here late. I was like, they didn't say anything about prejudging. They didn't have any announcements or anything. They had, around the convention, they had like signs to say, cosplayers, line up here. I'm like, whatever. I'm still salty about it. But the next year, I won a costume contest, not next year, but I think it was like 2 years ago. At Retropalooza, I finally finished that costume, Ganondorf Hero Warriors, because it was incomplete. I didn't have enough time before. Yeah, finally finished it. It looked awesome. It's my favorite. A silicone mask. Really cool. Okay, back to the chat. Test Monkey, LOL. That's not a good sign. Yeah, shaking and sweaty. Okay, that was buggy. No, it's just me. Been in a wetsuit, but with some water. This monkey says, yeah, I was in my own sweat. Okay, I couldn't hear you for the past 5 minutes. Oh man, I should check my. Yeah, my mic's working. I see Just responding. It fixed itself now. Okay. Also, yo, Kura. Sup, Kura. Kura. And yeah, once again, Twitch. No one from Twitch says anything to me. I'm actually streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and what is that? Some paint art site. Picarto, yeah. Okay, the hit's stopping right there. It's not that great. I'm not going to use these ears. Excuse me. Oh, that's why. The transparency on these layers is... it's white. That's why I was... I'll move the face over. If I just move this over to the right, it'll simulate the head turning. It'll give the illusion that it's turning, even though everything's perfectly still. Say it a lot. Say pretty good a lot. Should probably make a shirt that says that. I'm going to move this face. Pretty smooth. I haven't even talked about Wrestlemania yet, have I? Okay, Wrestlemania weekend is this week. This is like where all the storylines are supposed to wrap up and everything. And it's too much shoulder. So I'm going to go over the card for the event, which is supposed to end at 12:30 a.m. New York time. It's estimated to be around 7 hours wrestling event if you include the pre-show. So most people are getting their money's worth because most of them who show up from around the world to watch wrestling, that they either show up, they get into the city, they have WWE access where they actually, you know, do autograph signings and stuff with the wrestlers. And you get to shake their hand and everything. Stuff that they don't let you do when you're doing a show on TV. Let me fix this. Fix this now. Fix it now. As I take the transparency away from the layer properties, everything should be fine. Golly, I want to eat a pizza. I wish I could just stop the stream right now and go throw a pizza in the oven. Yeah, let's take a break. I'm gonna go throw a pizza in the oven because I want pizza. This is very unorthodox and everything, but yeah, I need a pizza. So, bye. See ya, folks. Sorry about that. Didn't have my mic on. I made some broccoli. See? Pizza's in the oven. It's Mediterranean pizza. It's usually more stuff on it. Didn't have it that much. So I know people don't want to hear me crunching on my food, so I'm just gonna mute the mic and work on this. You can see me eat, but I'm gonna work on this and you can listen to the music. So enjoy CPS2 original Bullseye theme by Wizzy Whippet Wonderful. And the hits just keep on coming. What's ASMR? I've never heard of that, Kura. What's it like? I don't know what that is. Oh, so that's what ASMR is. It's just a bunch of tingles you feel when you hear certain types of sounds. Strange. Well, since this is technically the second half of my stream, I guess I'll start talking about... continue talking about Wrestlemania right when this song ends. Alright, WrestleMania is going to be in New Jersey. And the first match on the card is a women's battle royale. Confirmed entrants: Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mickey James, Selena Vega. So I'm gonna make a prediction for this match. I would say that they've got this lady. I forgot what her name was, and she's walked out every week and didn't do anything. I think that she's gonna win. She walks out to the ring, turns around, leaves. I think that would be a good way to have her get a good kickstart on her career. Just have her win that. It'd just be a good way to start her career. With some accolades that, you know, Battle Royales, they're not one-on-one confrontation, so no one really looks weak. Let's get these ears looking right. So, she can win that, no problem, just tossing people out of the ring. Yeah, her name's not on the list of announced people. But yeah, she's just got called up from NXT. That's why I think she would win. Who's next? What's the next match? Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. And Braun Strowman has a storyline that's in that match. He's going against the Saturday Night Live Weekend Update hosts who are going to be in the match. Vince McMahon likes having celebrities or whatever involved in his matches to make them seem bigger than normal, bring mainstream appeal to them. These guys are comedians and not even really good ones. So they're probably, I don't know, I don't think they're gonna win, but Braun Strowman is gonna win. Anyway, I'll just read through the names of jobbers and stuff, or enhancement talent that's gonna be put on display on the pre-show. Braun Strowman, Michael Che, Colin Jost, Andrade, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Lucha House Party, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, Connor, Ali. Oh, they don't call him Mustafa Ali anymore? They just dropped his name and called him Ali now? Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows? Luke Gallows? Okay, Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Otis Tucker, EC3. Oh! EC3 should win. That would be a good way to kick off his career. He hasn't done anything since he got there. He looks in a mirror and poses, and that's about it. It'd be a good way for him to get attention. They'd be like, hey, who's this guy who just won? It's EC3. He's from... Yeah, I'll say EC3. EC3 wins. It'll be a good Kickstarter. They haven't done anything with him. You could throw him into a feud with Braun Strowman. Get him over that way. Fans will probably enjoy seeing EC3 do something. Next title is the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. 205 Live. I haven't watched 205 Live since. The last 205 Live I watched was the one where Leo Rush debuted. And that was just because I heard Leo Rush was going to debut. And I'd never seen Leo Rush in a match before, and I really wanted to see what the big deal was. Yeah, he's really fast. The name's fitting. Whoever named him. Good job. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Views are kind of working good. This is, I don't like that. It's got a little narrow, too narrow. I really don't like square corners. What do I got? Like, I'm trying to make the ears look like they're turning, so, you know, they're like this, and then they get wider when they turn. Actually, no, they're more like this. Ears are like this, and when they turn to the side, they get slimmer looking. Face to get wider. I think it's very dark style. Okay, that's pretty good. I tried to make the ears more of a triangle, like this. I think they're supposed to be like that. Supposed. Looks like someone's got a case of the supposed. Anyway, Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. Buddy Murphy's awesome. He's like, his whole gimmick is that he's a guy who was like, his natural weight's 225, and he's just borderline 205. He's like 204, and that's just because he like sweats it off. So he's, you know, he's a guy who's like 25 pounds under his natural weight, and he's just beating up a bunch of people in their 150s and 160 and 90 and all that stuff. Like he's technically averages around 30 pounds heavier than everybody else, and he's just throwing them around. They say he's the juggernaut of 205 Live. It's Pretty cool. Man, those guys, they really know how to sell a match. Man, these whips got really short. Right. So, even though Tony Nese has been there since the Cruiserweight Classic that kicked off the event, like the cruiserweights, the modern day cruiserweights, 205 and under, I think Buddy Murphy, he's just a better champion. I don't know what they've been doing with Tony Nese over the past few months. I'm not doubting that they'd have a good match, I'm just doubting that he could bring eyes to the product. Because if he could, he wouldn't need Buddy Murphy to be champion. Buddy Murphy wouldn't be champion right now. That's the way I feel about it. Right, that's the heroes. How long have I been streaming? Not counting me running away. Well, yeah, counting me. I have been streaming for 1 hour and 43 minutes. Okay. It's not horrible. I think my pizza's done. Skills are too short. Just stretch them out. This half face looks really bad. That doesn't look so. That doesn't bother me so much. That looks really bad. So let's take this face. I think I copied it. Some gums up here. Eyebrows. Oh, that's alright. shape of that head. I am pretty sure I'm going to have to do a second frame, the hold frame, like at least 2 frames of animation, just for the wind blowing back and stuff. I think my pizza's done though. I hate burnt pizza. I think I'll let it set. Take it out, let it set for a second, then I'll get back to talk about pay-per-view matches. Finish the pay-per-view talk. So there's no way I'm gonna finish this. It's just too jank. It's all over the place. But so far I've got the belt, which is, but I haven't got the body. Body size is all over the place. Check it out. It starts here. This is his regular size. This is the size that Neko Majin is supposed to be. He leans over, so there's some, you know, some room there. But look, it's like this big gap. Probably you should see his back right here a little bit. He's leaned over. He's turn it sideways. So that helps. This corner right here. Let's see. I'll have this line here. So, I don't know if this should be. It's here. There's none back here, so it should be. Here you go. This is definitely too big. This is how much space is under his neck. This pizza's way too hot. Right. Anyways, Mediterranean pizza. That's what it looks like. Actually, it's just right. I'm gonna have to edit this stream. Not the proudest moment. Okay, that looks way too big. fell asleep. Okay, this. What the heck? Yes. Simmer down. Simmer down. These sleeves are way too long. Okay. It's back. It's way too much. Alright, it's 158. That's how long I've been streaming. It's 8:30 right now. Let's go through the pay-per-view stuff. Pay-per-view stuff. Okay, what's next? Raw Tag Team Titles Championship: The Revival versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Yeah, they need something to happen. Like last time, Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental title belt at WrestleMania. So, yeah, give them this win. Maybe they can have a short run. They gave the B team a chance. Why not give them a chance? The Broskies, the Edgeheads, the Major Brothers. Okay, SmackDown Tag Team Championship: The Usos versus Ricochet, Aleister Black, The Bar. Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke and Nakamura and Rusev are afterthought. The Bar just had the title. Ricochet and Aleister Black. I don't even think they should be a tag team. I think that's just lazy booking to put them in a tag team. So no, just keep it on the Usos. Keep it on the Usos. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin wins. That's just the way the business works. When you're passing down the torch, give it to the younger guy. Never leave on your back. That's what they say. Man, this looks ridiculous. Looks fat. It's not. It's like this. It's probably just fur anyway, you know? Neko Majin Z MUGEN. It's just fur. But if you get soaking wet, it's really thin cat. Maybe it's Persian cat, you know? Okay, next match up. The Miz versus Shane McMahon. Okay, do they have anything lined up for the Miz after this? Shane doesn't really need this. Miz probably wants his WrestleMania moment. So, yeah, give it to the Miz. Fighting for his dad's honor and all that stuff. Unless they want the feud to keep going. I don't think they should have the feud go any farther. Women's Tag Team Championship belts: Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus Nia Jax, Tamina Snuka, and the Iconics. I say a run-in of the four horsewomen of MMA. They show up from NXT, they rush in, and they throw the match out, and then they start beating up WWE's four horsewomen. And then they start a storyline going towards SummerSlam, which is August, something like that. That's what I say. That's how I book it. United States Championship: Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. I say Samoa Joe wins, embarrassing Rey Mysterio's son, and he embarrasses Rey Mysterio's son on the side, because he's going to be there watching him. Probably beats him up in front of him. He's like, stop it, stop it. He's like, look at your dad. You know, something like that. It'll be pretty cool. Intercontinental Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor wins because he's going to dress up as a demon, and every time he puts that paint on, he doesn't lose. Triple H versus Batista, no holds barred. Triple H's career on the line. This is pretty much Batista's last match. He said he was going to come back to... He really wanted to come back for one more match with Triple H. He wanted to work the circuit and be on the road and all that stuff. But they hot shot at this angle, and it's just something they threw together in the past 3 weeks. So I think Batista's gonna lose, and Triple H wins. I don't think Triple H is ready to retire. It's a good stipulation. He could become the new Undertaker, it feels like, since Undertaker isn't scheduled to show up. He could just keep showing up at WrestleMania having a... Well, okay. One thing about Triple H's matches are super staged. What I mean by that is, there's a lot of theatrics in the matches. It's not about, his matches aren't about what the physicality really. It's about how many gimmicks and shock factor weird crap. Weird crap you can throw into the match. That's what he does. He'll probably have like 5 run-ins and all these weapons and stuff. You know, Ric Flair will probably come out there and help them. AJ versus Randy Orton. Wow, I don't know. They could probably have this feud keep going. If they don't have any plans for it, might as well have both of them just... I think this is the first match, so if they wanted the feud to last a while, it'd be best out of 3. It'd be 3 pay-per-views and probably finish at SummerSlam, maybe 4, something like that. So, I don't know. Have AJ Styles wins? I guess, yeah. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Okay, if Roman Reigns loses this match after coming back from leukemia, then what is it? I don't know. Well, if Drew McIntyre loses after all this, what does he do? Just keep being a heel that has no teeth, just loses? What title would he do? Has he already had a feud with the mid-card title, the Intercontinental? Bobby Lashley, nope. He was after Finn Balor. Logically speaking. I'm still holding his feet. I don't know. Just give it to Roman Reigns. Have this kid hug him on the side or something. WWE Championship, Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. This is tough. Daniel Bryan's doing great. They built up Kofi this whole time. If they don't, they don't pull the trigger on this. I'll give it to Kofi. The repercussions of them not having Kofi win this match are just worse than him. If you don't pull the trigger now, it's probably people are just gonna lose confidence and just give up. Might as well have him win and then have, you know, the system be against him, trying to take it away from him. That works too. The system's trying not to let him have it. Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Oh wait, okay. How many? Okay, let's look at the titles of that. There's a babyface to heel ratio of stuff. That doesn't matter. That's babyface. Babyface-ish. Kurt Angle versus Corbin, that's sad. People will be sad. And this one's they make him happy again. Sasha Banks, Bailey, and all that stuff. Yeah, we're just gonna get this key break match. Nobody's cool. Samoa Joe versus Mysterio. Samoa Joe's gonna brutalize Ray for sure. Run up the sun, so that's sad. Bobby Lashley versus Finn. Babyface gets over, so that's happy. Voice versus Batista, Knowles Bart. That's a good moment, I guess. That's Voice is gonna win. AJ versus Randy Orton. AJ wins there. Happy moment. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Happy moment. Bryan versus Kofi. Super happy. Actually, if they're so happy about Kofi winning, they can make Seth Rollins lose and get away with it. Seth Rollins could lose, and then for the main event, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, Becky, they could have their match, and Becky Lynch could win, and then everybody would leave happy. Or there could be more run-ins from the Four Horsewomen, and then all of them face off. And Becky Lynch wins, let's say that. So that's 2 hours and 8 minutes of me partly working on sprites and just yammering and yapping about stuff. So I'm going to say my goodbyes. Sorry about all the trouble. Sorry about working on old animations. Okay, I'd like to thank everyone who showed up, starting from the beginning. I'd like to thank Nicotine Fist for giving a yo. This Truck Production for a good evening. Test Monkey 13A for showing what's up. Crease Alicoron for dropping by. Pretty cool. Goku K for saying hello. I'd like to thank Kura for what's up. And explaining to me what ASMR is. But this was a really weird stream. I'm sorry about all the trouble. I just really wanted pizza, so I left. Now my pizza's cold, and I've been holding it in my hand this whole time. Anyways, this has been another stream. Neko Majin. I will probably still be working on this animation. I will at least straighten some things up, like this tail's too thick. So this add some fingers, I'll do that. Next time I'll probably do these shading details and clean up some lines. And probably fingers. Let me put down this proper device. So, thank you all for showing up, and thank you for your support. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I hope you enjoyed the voices I've done. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me today. I hope that you have a good weekend. I hope that Saturday treats you good. That you stay rested, stay healthy. Make some stuff. Make some costumes, draw some pictures, write a comic book, write a cartoon, do some voice acting, make some animation, do some pixel art. Just live life to the fullest, leave your mark on the world, and make somebody else happy. But that's all we have for today. I'll try to edit this video. But until next time, be seeing ya. Stay out of trouble.